Well, let's continue. I was thinking, should I buy another nightstand at the Whirling and Rags, or just go with a shack? Because in a shack, I feel like I'm not very safe. That might something happen if I do it, but at the same time, I will save a lot of money. The bribe that the dope heads gave me was just about the payment for 1 day of the rent. It's like nothing. Okay, I'll try to convince programmer now. If it comes down to it, I'll side with her. Huh, you can hear something here. Which is funny because it's supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to not hear anything at all.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre, he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Are you bitter because your radio game project failed?
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
Suggestion 4. It's an easy one. Convince her to cooperate. Yeah, why not?
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Yeah, we knew that. Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help you with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She looks up from her work, disoriented. But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help.
I already
it's
have
stored
it.
on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
That's good, because it actually costed 50 real. I don't know if I actually could have sold it. I never tried. What if I sold it? I wonder how that would turn. Is that the filament you are looking for?
No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
Oops. Where is it then? She's tapping the table in a badly concealed impatience. What is an offsite copy and why do you need it? Oh yeah, wait. I know where it is. It's in the ice maker, right? Or was it in the fridge? There was a note saying that it was somewhere there. But I can't open up the ice maker because I don't have the right tool for it. What is an offsite copy and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points to the glowing cube inside the machine.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
She takes a deep breath before letting it all out. Like, I'm guessing a lot of her employees also noticed that problem.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored.
But for that you would need to have the original destroyed and the backup destroyed. I mean... whatever.
We clear?
She stares at you with pleading, furious eyes. I'm sure it happened with both of them at the same time, so... what they did wasn't a good strategy.
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
By your old workspace, do you mean the studio of Fortress Accident in the doomed commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Yeah, already been there. Well, I actually already been inside the doomed commercial area.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside
But-
the fridge. Just go and get it.
There wasn't an option to get this filament from the fridge for some reason. That's also, like, was strange to me. Because I vaguely remember that this the note said it. Weird. Would be nice if you just took it from the fridge right there and right then and you just gave it to her. And where exactly is the offsite copy?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You
Calm
just need
down.
to get the offside
I only
copy from the ice
had
bear.
one line to choose from. Well, we know why she can go. I guess let's do it again.
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Why does she think you are part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Biased? How is that biased? Is that one of the heap options? Yeah, people in Martinez don't really like to get with the times.
She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my range Civic. I'm not making this up. Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
Could that be part of why this accident happened with the damaged filaments? I found a note from the Ice Bear fridge. It said the offside copy had been moved to a safer place. Oh, that's why, I guess.
Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took
She
the filament memory?
freezes. He said the offside copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulislav.
Zariza. Of course. Our project lead, Sulisław Zariza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads.
And put it in the fridge or ice maker. Why is it safe though? It's supposed to be safe. Do they need to be frozen or? That's weird.
Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous.
She crosses her arms defiantly.
And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker,
Heads?
will you? Thanks.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
I found the ice cream maker but couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
What? Huh. Something she holds dear? Her computer? Or solution... They mean some kind of chemical? By the way, we put a dead body in that fridge.
Wait, what? Whose dead body?
Don't worry, I put it in there temporarily. It's all part of an official police investigation.
You put it there? You put a dead body inside the Ice Bear fridge.
She leans back, massaging her eyelids. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
She says, pressing fingers into her eyebrow ridge. Alright, I'll go look for the offside copy.
Thanks.
She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar. Nice! Okay, so it's basically a key.
And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
An upgrade to my crowbar. Alright, I think we got all we needed. What the... Rin has this thing to see how steady it is. This is an advanced pry bar, a pry bar plus 2, if you will, built by Qualsund in Vasa. The number of gadgets hidden within the frame of the yellow and grey multi-tool will stagger any technician. So I have 2 Pry Bars. I'm just going to be Gordon Freeman berserk. Anything else along the way? Could talk to a cryptozoologist if they're still around. There's also another site I haven't actually checked. Should be somewhere around. Oh, it's on the island. I don't have access to it, I think. Alright, so we're just going to go back. I'll do it on foot without quick travel, just to scout around. Oh, there we go, there's something happening here. This door is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Oh yeah. I could spend half an hour, I guess.
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
What? Oh, song she hums. You are still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older.
She sloshes the water in bucket around for a bit.
My suggestion is, don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind?
What is the song you are humming?
A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song.
What's it called?
Surrender to the night.
She replies, slowly rocking back and forth.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Sounds nice.
Yes, it does.
But I'm goth cockatoo, so I have 30 minutes to spare. Would you still wash the jacket for me?
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
I don't think any time has passed. Was it 30 minutes, really? What? Wait, no. This is it? It looked completely different. Faun Windbreaker. -1 drama, +1 plane threshold, and half light. Don't need it really. How does it look? No, I almost have the full set right here. Just need the sneakers.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official.
I still have a case to solve.
Hi. I guess you do. What's on your mind, Officer Harry?
I don't think Joyce has anything to say.
Everything's still cool.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
He grins, bowing awkwardly.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble
It's
for
disco
you.
time. It was truly epic long-distance trek. It was just on my way while I was working the case. I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now. It was truly epic long-distance trek.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie. Mexican origin. The pin is an antique. Quite special.
She hands you a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. Silver bird. That's what the girl next to Speedheads said she is. She's like a silver bird for some reason.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an
I don't know
avian
what
skull
that means.
with 8 eyes.
What?
You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
She didn't actually see it. I'm betting on it.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
Because it never fucking happened.
Darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Also, I'm betting our detective here will we'll catch her online, right? And prove her. We'll see. No. We'll see. Wait, where was this and how long were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself.
How old?
I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood. Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
What happened? Bombed in the war. When was the war?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
I don't think it will impress common people. Only the people like that.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing.
He breathes excitedly. Other accounts, you say?
If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
The old woman looks at her husband tenderly.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Yeah. Getting there? HLMs are white.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
Maybe you imagined it, Lena?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
So she couldn't have made it up, or imagined it.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena,
She lowers her voice, imitating a boy.
you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
Yeah, also, what happened to her? Alright. +1 in Inland Empire, +1 Volition. No, I like my drama. A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird skull. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing, but you can't look away.
Oh, hello, sweetie. So nice to see you again. Of course, dear. Is there a particular cryptid that
Is
you're
this
interested in
bird
learning
a
about?
cryptid?
No. It's the cryptid.
Wow. The cryptid.
Oh, yes.
The small silvery skull shines between your fingers. Its beak sharp. Okay, what is this bird?
The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
Until it was sighted by renowned Gotvaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
This renown seems a bit dubious. Your own catalogue comes up completely empty. But, of course, you are not all-knowing.
I need to hear about this sighting.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
Okay, and Ilmara is?
The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert. An ancient riverbed completely dried up.
What happened?
Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan.
So he was exhausted and completely out of water, dehydrated, and that's when he saw this crazy mutated bird with 8 eyes. Couldn't be a hallucination.
Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
He was following it?
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist. Then, the Tetatorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
Wow.
The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back. Every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uva spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
Ay. Hold on. How did he survive to tell the story?
The 8-eyed Tetatorn was indifferent to him, as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there, and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind.
An 8-eyed mind-controlling bird? No way.
Yes, wait, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since. But Wamrau is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
So that was the last anyone saw of it.
Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Il Mara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian Imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The Imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Not really. It's just stylization. The way they drew eyes. It's not a zoological drawing.
Very, very hard.
Okay.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids. So, what else do you want to know? I'm glad you like them.
Yeah, never going to
but
wear
I'm
that
not
shit.
really one to tell you about all of them. You should ask my husband if you get the chance.
What about my task
Nothing like the
completion?
gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a graph pat on the shoulder.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And?
Why can't I lie? I could just feed him another story on cryptids. That would be so good. And one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
He rubs his chin.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Yeah, that's it. Couldn't have been anything else. It's only the phasmid.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them. You're dealing with a subject near and
I
dear
don't think
to their
there's
hearts.
a way
It
to
might behove you to tread
correct
lightly.
them. They are too deep.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
His companion sighs. really like trying to say to them that it's not scientific what they are doing. It's just all what they are doing is not scientific in the slightest. It's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true.
I appreciate your concern, officer, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Develop an alternative theory about the missing locust. Kuna, a hooligan. So it was Kuna, I guess? It would be nicer if something that would give up the answer would be like hidden in this. Well, I do have some items that can help interfacing somewhere. Right? Or was it just gloves? Might be just gloves. Could also use drugs, but is it the red one or white one? White one.
Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap.
I don't want to put points into interfacing. Could use 2 drugs and then up my perception, I guess. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. It's time to get high. Wait, what? Why's the perception didn't go up? Shit! I actually didn't think this through. Well, whatever. Yeah, because it doesn't go up because it's already up, thanks to my one of my thoughts. Yeah, my perception will be limited, unfortunately. What should I put? Saber free, but that's also the same thing. It's already up. Let's just keep going then. Logic, encyclopedia.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design.
Consider the way the entity
Wow, that was close.
disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy.
Why though? Like, why would he need locusts? I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
A shadow of worry passes over the woman's face. I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
This is a slippery one. He may respect the law, but mostly wants to pass under the radar. You won't get a chance to talk after you walk out of here. He hasn't been particularly forthcoming before. He may well still be hiding something. After he's left, it's too late.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership. This is bigger than he lets on.
This our guy? Looks different. What the hell? It's been hidden in the guy, this bottle.
I really owe you one for getting us out of those reeds, officer. Finally got all that soot out of my hair. Name's Gary.
I think it's the same voice actor as Guard. Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
This man respects authority too much to see you for what you are. Pretend thou art a sober man.
But he might already know. First I told this guy that I broke the water lock. Then in this place everybody knows what I did with my room. He already should know that I'm a drunkard. And not to say it's written on my face. I am neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by the books, clean as a whistle, teetotaling officer. I am not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
Revacol? What the fuck? He nods gravely. His gaze shifts to the floor tiles.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You look like the kind of guy who might have a collection of mugs like this home in his colonial mug collection.
How do you mean? Forgive me, officer, but we've only just met.
He is trying to avoid lying to you outright, in case you really have been to his apartment.
Yeah, so that was his place, as I thought. You are acting kind of suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry.
Alright,
officer.
I feel... So he has access to the trash, and there were also pants there, so I feel like we could get a link to another piece of armor from this guy. He might have stolen it.
You're not going to find me, are you?
Oh boy. I mean, Even 100 real seems to be too much. I wonder what will happen if I ask too much. Will we be able to get information after we write him a fine, though? That's another question. God damn it. How should I go about it? Like, the guy who's living in the fucking basement won't have that much money in the first place. And also, fining for what? Exactly. Yeah, that's... let's not... yeah, I don't know. I am a 420 Royale.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word.
He accepts the slip of copy paper with a bow.
I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, it's... I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags into the trash container.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
He raises both hands. Do please.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
And probably a piece of armor also been lying on the ground. Yes, what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
Huh? You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
So I actually heard it right now in this place, not imagining what happened in his story, right? It's a perception thing. So he has armor on him right now. We have leggings and the chest. No, wait, he didn't have leggings. Was it helmet and chest piece? That would be weird if he has a chest piece right now on him, but who the hell knows?
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Come on, we gotta get that armor. What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Don't mess with me, I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird sounds in a bar like this, though. Pinball, glasses clinking. Could be someone playing pinball.
Maybe it was pinball.
No, shit. Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation.
But he will
in my small way.
disappear after it.
Does this mean you were in his
Shit.
apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection?
Why is it composure?
Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
It's terrible. It's too composure, and only because I'm fully on drugs right now. +1 cleaning sound, thinking about the armor. Icos, oh, the red dice. So, Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinez. Point in its direction.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
And you are a big man from Helmdall fan.
How?
The color drains from his face. I saw the poster in your apartment. You know, I'm a fan myself.
But why were you in my apartment, officer?
Don't say about fucking Everard. Just say it's for investigation's sake. It was near the hanged man. Why there's no option to lie? Just doing Mr. Clare a small favor.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
The man looks around, whispering. He makes sure no one hears you talk. So what was the point even to open the store if he only now realized it was Everard? Oh, try not to shit yourself, Gary. Just an open door.
What could it be about? I probably talked too loud. In the whirling. About some theories I had. Whatever it is, I'm done with it.
He frets to himself, not taking your advice.
I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay?
Right,
I'll
it's
try
a bit
to help
better.
if I can.
Fuck. Should have said if I knew. I would have saved skill points. Because I want to get this guy before he leaves. I guess I always should have one skill point saved. I think it would be a good strategy for this game. Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one.
No, I don't think so. He's just doing it for money, probably. I'm into cryptids, so do you have a favorite?
Oh, yes. The burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a burning rhino?
A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
Why only males?
The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How so?
During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway.
So you say rhinos are in heat.
It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels. Some even spiritual.
Yeah, the symbolism of the sun, I guess. How do they burn?
They have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
How does the lightning of this fluid actually work?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
This seems unlikely.
Yeah, well, Revacol used to be a flaming rhino once, a long time ago. That seems unlikely too, doesn't it?
He says and then pauses thoughtfully.
Super solid argument, Gary. Can't argue with that.
Or do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling in rags?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
He shifts uncomfortably in his clothes. He has armor on him right now.
Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
Composure, composure. Thank you for your cooperation. Do we have anything for composure? We do. Alright, and we have how much? 5 now.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
What? So there's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
Oh, I need to mag it up?
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. 1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
Okay. There's so much like things I actually want. I would love to do them all, but they cost skill points to relearn. It's generally understood that human beings are carbon-based organisms, fusing little carbon tubes together to form complex, mushy structures capable of thought, love, and locomotion. It is also known that these structures sometimes like to take the edge off by consuming ethanol, amphetamine, etc. In such cases, it is important to supplement your body with magnesium. Tired? Mag it. Down? Mag time. Liver damage? Maximum mag. Some people say magnesium doesn't really do anything and you just need to quit. What do you tell them? I wonder what bonus it will give. Alright, yeah.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath it?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other,
Like,
resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
it's so strange why this is a composure thing and not visual calculus, logic, or perception. Visual, like composure. Why? I see you are a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once.
Another fine.
I was
unbuttons the shirt.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
The thing is, it said when we were expecting the armor that this kind of armor must be tailored for a specific person, but all we see is just people wearing it without much problem. This guy is very thin. The guy with the hand guy, the Lely, was huge. Like, come on. You can't just establish that rule and then just break it all the time. You couldn't just not establish it in the first place and it would be working just alright.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
I guess I'm more nitpicking to this thing because this game has good attention to details, mostly, and also it's a detective game where you have to spot small things.
Gary, what's going on?
I took the hangman's cuirass. I didn't mean to.
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once.
The woman looks at you, her eyes soft and pleading.
Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation, officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles.
He's a loyal friend.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
He looks at his feet.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him.
What do you
It was
mean?
early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me.
What about
it
the
was
boots?
a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
His lips start quivering.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
Give me that armor now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But
He says, staring at nothing in particular.
He's a scaredy cat.
The woman looks at Gary, her eyes motherly. Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union. But I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
This is all he knows.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Alright. We got it. 2. One thing left. Volition and pain threshold. Oh, it's under my jacket. Well, it does mess up my look, but it will protect me, and that's what's important. What was the stats on? Oh yeah, +1 drama, right? Yeah. So the caress, thicker skin, borrowed confidence, mania of invulnerability. This various animal caress fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across its countless white plates. Amazingly, it fits under your coat, and it also makes pretty porcelain sounds when shaken. Looks like a mess. Strange that there is no description of the checklist of the armor pieces, but I do remember. I think it was helmet, gauntlets, cuirass, and boots. Oh yeah, break in the recording. I'll be right back in a few minutes. I'll grab a drink. Just one sec.